Hi there, my name is Eddie Pendergraft, and I am in Wicked on Broadway, where I'm in the ensemble, and I also understudy the role of Bach. Here we're sitting in a mural that I've painted for the past 3 years, because this is also one of my passions. It's art, and being able to express myself through my art and song and dance and all that fun stuff that we as performers get to do. But I wanted to talk to you today because it's important to keep your head above water. I understand. I grew up in Florida. I was a fat kid, and I was made fun of a lot for being fat and called a fairy. The kids in my neighborhood used to ride their bikes up against and push me off the bike and criticize me for things that I didn't understand why. I was brought up in a family who taught us, my mother and my father were very, very passionate about loving one another and talking about our feelings, and I couldn't understand why someone would want to be so hateful as to call me faggot and fairy and to want to push me off my bike and do those sorts of things to other people. And so when I was done with high school, I was very lucky. I went to Performing Arts High School, and when I was done, got out quick from the bullying, or so I thought. I was going to a public school in 6th grade where I would cry every morning on the way to school because I didn't want to go and be ridiculed at lunch for being different than other people, and I would hide out in the art room with the art teacher and make friends with the professors and teachers there who were the art teachers. And my art teacher came to me and she said, "Eddie, there is this school that wants to accept people for their art and all this other stuff that I think you'd be really great for, so you could get out of here and expand and grow." And so I went and I auditioned in Palm Beach County for the School of the Arts for visual arts as a painter. And I also auditioned for theater. So I auditioned for the Palm Beach County School of the Arts, and I auditioned for visual arts and for theater because as a kid, in 6th grade, my mom took us to see Phantom of the Opera, and it was my first professional show I'd ever seen. And it was my first double disc CD I ever bought for the CD player that I bought. Such a big thing to buy a CD player stereo. And my first CD that I saved my money up for was Phantom of the Opera, and I used to sing along as a voice soprano to Christine Daae in my bedroom singing Think of Me. And my parents thought I was crazy, but I loved it, so I auditioned for theater as well, and I got into both, and I had to decide, and that's where my first path split was, where I decided to go into theater. And I went to Performing Arts High School all through middle school and art school, and I was ready to get out because we rode a train every day to school. I want to get picked on by all the other students who ran just for being different because we were the art school students. And it still didn't matter to me, and I went off to college, and my mom got sick with cancer, and she said to me, "You know, I've always said to you, I've loved you, and I support everything you do." And she even said to me once, when I was home on a college break, she said, "You know, if you ever love another man, that's totally cool with us, because if I loved another woman, I would have to think about being with that person too if I truly loved them deeply." So, you know, I was brought up never thinking I had to come out to anyone because I was just being me. I was being the special person my mom said I was, and who my parents and sisters all grew together as a family to become these wonderful people. And so I didn't have to come to anyone because nobody ever came out to me as being straight. And I've still lived up to that, and I'm married now. I've been married since May. My mom passed away 8 years ago, and she could for the wedding, and that was the one thing that I missed when she passed away. I said, I can't believe that she won't be here for us for our weddings, and that was the saddest thing, that she wouldn't get to be able to meet the person that I spend the rest of my life with. But I'm lucky enough to move here after she passed away, and shortly after I met this man who was a choreographer for my first show, one of my first shows in Atlantic City for Footloose, and we instantaneously fell in love and have been together for 6 years. We just got married in May, and we're happier than ever. And it's a wonderful thing because his mother is very supportive, and his father was frightened, I think, and scared of the things of change that is happening. And, you know, I said to him, you just have to trust that we are who we are, and again, I didn't come out to my family, and you shouldn't have to apologize for coming out because you are who you are, and you're being very special, and no one ever comes out to you, your mom, your dad, your aunts and uncles, the people who judge you, they never say to you, I'm straight, so I can do this. So, you know, it's just important to love who you are and be who you are and just be a wonderful, shining, bright light through all the dark times, because they'll always be there. And yet, the bright lights that shine brighter and the wonderful things are so much brighter than all dark things. So you just have to find the friends and the means to talk to people. You can Facebook me. There's other people who have Facebooked me and asked me questions who are in high school. How did I come out? Things and stories of how they can cope with other people dealing with them. I'm on Facebook. I'm here to help. All gay people, older men, we're all here to help because you guys are the generation to see it through for equality rights. You know, in the 50s it was for blacks and whites together, and now it's just for gays. It's for homosexuals, it's men and men, it's women and women, it's people being people, homo sapiens. So I guess we're all homos in a sense. And I just think it's important to continue to love everyone and try not to be so hard on everyone, and especially hard on yourself, because we're all we've got. And if you need help, we're here.
I look into the window of my mind, reflections of the fears I know I've left behind.